Hello, my name is Victoria Lansu, and I'm an implementation consultant at MBA Health Group. This presentation, I will be covering Orderable item, additional information, and answer dictionaries. My agenda for today is to explain what dictionaries are and their purpose within Allscripts Enterprise EHR, to present different types of dictionaries available, and more specifically introduce you to Orderable item, additional information, and answer dictionaries. I will touch base on what the pick lists are, and by the end of this presentation, you should be able to understand the relationship between these three dictionaries, Orderable item, additional information, and answer, and be able to set up conditional questions. I will demonstrate the outcomes that can be produced by these three dictionaries and explain how this setup can be beneficial to your practice. I will summarize the information covered in this presentation in the Lessons Learned slide. Dictionaries. I think of dictionaries as the heart of Allscripts Enterprise EHR. Dictionaries contain pretty much all of the data that is needed for application to run, as well as all of the other data that we use and access in the system. Without dictionaries where the various data is stored, we would have to enter the needed data every time we use the application, which would be very time-consuming and would make reporting impossible because of the inconsistency of the data, along with the increased chance of the data errors. In Allscripts Enterprise EHR version v11.2, at this point there are about 200 dictionaries. In this presentation, I will be only covering 3 dictionaries and explaining the relationship between them. Before I will do that, I will talk about different types of the dictionaries. Basic dictionaries contain out of a simple table with rows such as code, name, and mnemonic of the entry added. Moderately complex dictionaries contain rows such as code, name, and mnemonic, plus additional detailed fields for each entry. Complex dictionaries can be called otherwise classified dictionaries, can be simple or detailed entries organized in hierarchical classes. The great example of this type of dictionary would be Orderable item. Orderable item dictionary is a hierarchy of superclasses, classes, and subclasses. The example of superclasses would be medications, laboratory, instructions, supplies, referrals, diagnostic imaging, and etc. Example of a class would be a blood bank under laboratory superclass. Example of a subclass would be blood type under blood bank class. Dictionaries can also be enforced type. They are the Allscripts delivered dictionaries that application cannot run without. You won't be able to add anything to these dictionaries or change any of the items within them. However, there are some dictionaries that are not fully enforced, but may have some enforced entries within them that cannot be changed, but you can add additional entries to those dictionaries. Now I will introduce you to one of the 3 dictionaries that we will be discussing today. Orderable item dictionary. It is a classified type, as we spoke previously. It is not enforced, but does have some enforced entries within some of the superclasses and classes. Orderable item dictionary contains all of the items that can be ordered, received as resulted order, and recorded as resulted orders within Allscripts Enterprise EHR, like medications, labs, instructions, supplies, referrals, diagnostic imaging, and etc. This dictionary is highly configurable and is used in many modules within Allscripts Enterprise EHR. This presentation I will be discussing its relationship with the following 2 dictionaries. Additional information is not an enforced dictionary, but it does contain enforced entries delivered by Allscripts. Additional information dictionary contains questions that are used for gathering additional information about orders that is not part of the standard order information. This slide I will be introducing you to the answer dictionary. This is another example of classified type dictionary. It is not enforced fully, but does have enforced entries as the previous 2 dictionaries. It contains items such as valid answers for results and additional information questions if the answer data type is specified as pick list. This presentation, we will be covering just a part in regard to the additional information questions, As it was said previously, items from the answer dictionary can be used as answers for additional information questions if the answer data type is specified as pick list. Before I go in depth explaining what this means, I would like to define what the pick lists are. Most of the dictionaries have pick lists within them. Easy way to define pick lists would be by calling them groupings. Pick list is just a list of items that are grouped together. The purpose of doing so is to make your selection of items more effective and efficient, so you can have multiple pick lists within one dictionary. Later in my presentation, I will present you with an example of a pick list as well as a pick list creation process. Finally, after I introduced you to the concept and different types of dictionaries, as well as the three of the dictionaries chosen, and defined what the pick lists are and how they are used, we are going to talk about the relationship between these three dictionaries: orderable item, additional information, and answer. System admin, or anybody else who is responsible for the system, can assign specific additional questions about orderable items that are configured for your organization. This process starts from you having an orderable item in mind that you might already have in your orderable item dictionary or would like to add. As you can see here, I have a screenshot of the orderable item dictionary showing that you can search for the item or you can add a new item. The additional question can be assigned to a specific item or a group of items, which in this case shown superclass of diagnostic imaging. With that said, all of the orderable items within this superclass will be assigned that additional information question. Setting up these additional questions can be a three-step process, depends on its complexity. First step, define the question in the additional information dictionary. Specify the expected answer data type and whether a response is required. I will provide you with an example of the first step in the application. I'm going into the dictionaries on the TW admin vertical toolbar. Here's my dictionary, additional information. You can add a new question or you can search for a specific question. In this case, I will be searching for a question that I know that already exists. Are other relatives known to be affected? Answer data type is where it matters if this is going to be fewer or less a step process. We have a couple of the options. Data time comes from date format dictionary. It will work the best for the questions that are date time related. Numeric answer data type allows you to answer the question with a number. Text answer data type allows you to answer your additional question with a free text. And pick lists. As it was said previously on Answer Dictionary Introduction, items from the Answer Dictionary can be used as answers for additional information questions if the answer data type is specified as pick list. Answer pick list comes from Answer Dictionary. These are all of the available pick lists from Answer Dictionary. Yes, no is a small pick list that contains only 2 items, yes and no. You can select one of them to be default, or you can choose not to set any of them to be default. You can make your question to be required prior to saving or not. You can also make your question to be in need info status or on hold status if the answer is missing. You can make your question to be gender specific or age specific. Second step, if the expected answer data type is not numeric, text, or date time and it is a pick list, specify a pick list of answers in the Answer Dictionary. I will show you in the application how you can create a new pick list in the Answer Dictionary. Here's the Answer Dictionary. I will show you how to create a similar pick list to the one that we used for our additional information question. Select Pick List button. It will open Answer Pick List window. These are all of the available pick lists at this point. To add a new pick list, select Add Pick List button. It allows you to give a name to your new pick list. Click OK to save your new pick list. And let's find our new pick list. Yes, no. As you see, it is empty at this point. To add a new entry, select Add Entry button. It opens up Add Entry window. All of the items that you see here are the actual answer items that come directly from the answer dictionary. You can use Toggle Search button to search for the item you would like to add. Highlight the item and select Add. Click OK to save the changes that you just made to your pick list. If you added any entry in error, you can remove it by highlighting that entry and selecting Remove Entry button. I will show you as well what Added Pick List button does. It allows you to change the name of your pick list or make your pick list inactive if you choose so. Last step, after we figured out the question in the answer pick list, is to link the question to an orderable item or to a superclass, class, or a subclass of items. As we spoke before, it is possible, and I will show you the process in the application. Here's the Orderable item dictionary. As I said before, you can add a new entry, or you can search for an existing orderable item. In this case, I will be searching for an existing item that I have in mind, and it's going to be PPD-TB test. Under instructions for this orderable item, you can find additional information questions link. If you select this, it will open up Add Additional Information Questions window, where you can search for the question that you would like to link to this orderable item. Here's my question: are other relatives known to be affected? It is very easy to link the question to an orderable item. You just need to select the arrow down, and that will add this question to your orderable item. As I said previously, you can assign additional information question to one orderable item, or it can be to the whole superclass, class, or subclass of items. So for example, we can select a superclass laboratory, and as you see here, it also has additional information question link under instructions. You can choose any of these questions and link it to your whole class of laboratory, and all of the orderable items within this class will have this question linked to them. In addition to a three-step setup process that was shown previously, you can also have conditional question setup. This allows you to set multiple set of continuous questions where if the specific answer is picked, another question will appear, and so on. We are back in the additional information dictionary. Here's the question that we previously linked to our order. As you remember, answer data type is pick list. The answer pick list is yes and no, and this question was set to required before saving. Detail 3 of additional information dictionary is where you would set up conditional questions. The way this works is that you would link another question to an answer for the previous question. So if the answer equals, and you can choose any of the answer options available in your pick list. In this case, it is yes. So if the answer equals yes, then ask the following question. You can add any question from additional information dictionary. In this case, it is indicate relationship to the patient. You can also link other questions as otherwise ask the following questions. I will show you the setup for this question. As you see here, answer data type is set to text. This question is not required before saving. This question could also have been set up to generate next questions. As you see here, if the question is answered, then ask the following questions. and so on. Finally, after we have set conditional questions, I would like to demonstrate to you the outcomes on the front end of the application. In Add Clinical Item window, I've searched for the orderable item PPD TB test that are previously assigned to my additional information question. As you see here, my additional information question appears on the clinical questions of the order detail window. As you see, it is colored yellow because it was set up to require an answer. Here's my pick list of answers, no and yes. If I choose answer no, it won't ask for any following questions. If I choose answer yes, it will give me my second question, indicate relationship to the patient, just the way I set it up. And as you remember, the data answer type was a free text. And it was not set up to require an answer. So I can choose to respond to this question or not. Now that I have demonstrated you the outcomes, I would like to discuss the benefits of this setup. The benefit of linking additional information question or conditional questions to an order with a different answer data options is to support providers' order accuracy and vendor compliance. Linked questions and answers will be a permanent part of the order detail information that a provider can come back to and review at any time. To summarize this presentation, I would like to recap what has been learned today. Dictionaries as a whole and their purpose within Allscripts Enterprise EHR. Different types of dictionaries. Orderable item, additional information, and answer. Pick lists and their purpose. The relationship between these three dictionaries, orderable item, additional information, and answer. Conditional question setup. Outcomes that can be produced by these three dictionaries. And benefits of this setup. Here's a snapshot of other consulting services MBA Health Group can provide. We offer a wide range of EHR services that can help increase your organization's productivity and efficiency. Please visit our new website at www.mbahealthgroup.com to see a comprehensive overview of all the services we offer. This last slide concludes our webinar for today. Thank you for your time, and I hope you've learned all the key points you need to set up additional information questions. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions or would like more information.